Talk to me about Viktor Gyokeres, because on a personal thing, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far from Gyokeres, even though he didn't score against Olympiacos, didn't score against Newcastle. But I'm liking what I'm seeing. But I've seen a lot of people criticising him a lot. Where's the goals, this, that, like, obviously he's under a lot of pressure because of what he's done, at Sporting. I don't know, where are you with him? I'm liking it so far. I mean,
he's how I see it, and his best two performances for Arsenal have been his last two. I think he's been outstanding. I thought he was outstanding up at Newcastle, and I thought he played really well last night as well. Hold up plays a lot better. Every time it went into him, he gets it under control when he plays. He's given us a platform. When he scored goals, his touch has been a little bit off and everything like that. So when he scores goals, everybody goes, oh, his touch is not very good. He's this and that. Then when he don't score goals and his touch is very, very good, he ain't scoring goals. But I watched him yesterday. Carry on doing what you're doing, Victor. Like, he had a couple of shots yesterday, went over the bar, one went wide and he's hit the post. He could have had a hat-trick yesterday. Keep doing what you're doing and the goals will come. I do think there's that little edginess of him at the moment when he's desperate to score.
I think he's trying too hard to
maybe.
There was one occasion in the Olympiacos game, he could have squared the ball, I thought, for Martinelli, but he went for goal. Or do you look on it and say, no, he's a striker? That's what
Bit of that. I look at the one with Saka yesterday. Saka could have put it across to him, and he went for goal and got a little bit lucky with the goalkeeper. But, Saka's one of those players as well, you know what I mean? He's a killer, isn't he? You know what I mean? So, listen, I've got no problems with Gyokeres at this moment in time. And do you know what? I'm sitting here, and I see all the beef.
There was a lot of people moaning about him.
Yeah, moaning about him, and I think to myself, Arsenal are doing well then. Because, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I see a lot of other players, and I don't want to mention them around the leagues at this moment. Isak done absolutely nothing at this moment in time. And why? Why? Because he's not 100% fit. But everybody's saying give him some. Listen, Gyokeres come to us without a pre-season. You know what I mean? That's Arsenal's fault by not paying the money. I thought, and I know this sounds silly, I'd like to have a body like him 3 weeks ago, but I think he's slimmed a little bit. He looks a little bit more lean, a little bit sharper. So I reckon, he's ready now.
I like him, right? He's very physical, very physical, very aggressive in his play. I love it. Like, you can play a ball up to him. Look at the first goal. Right?
Oh, it's great.
The ball's played into him. He has no right, really. He's got two defenders on him. He muscles his way past them aggressively, gets his shot off. Keeper actually made a good save. If you actually watch it back, it makes a good save. And then obviously Martinelli turns it in. But that goal was a lot of that was down to his attributes. And I think with him, just keep doing what you're doing. The goals are going to come. You know what I mean? He's going to get the opportunities. He's going to get it. I just like the fact that you can see he's an out-and-out striker. And somebody else made the point yesterday that the way in which he plays now is bringing into play the wingers a bit more.
100%.
Because he's such a threat down the middle, because you do have to, you got a lot to handle there. So they were saying that, I think it's Jason, Jason who comes on, he does the fan cams.
Yeah.
He was saying that because you can get the ball up to him quickly and he can hold it up and he can turn and he can think, right? It's now bringing Martinelli into the game more.
Yeah.
When Martinelli's on the pitch, because whereas last season, a lot of time Martinelli's having to wait out wide on the touchline for the ball, and a lot of times that ball's not coming to him. It's always going on to the right-hand side to Saka. Now, because of the fact that you can hit Gyokeres and you can hit him early, he's seeing a lot more of the ball, Martinelli, because the ball's getting up the pitch quicker.
Yeah.
Or he can pick up the loose ball, those loose balls in behind and things like that. It's a great point he made.
Yeah.
He has really proved so far, he has been a real team player more than sort of being a sort of guy who's been banging in the goals. I've liked what I've seen from Gyokeres so far.
I've liked what I've seen, and also it's a great point. And our wide players all of a sudden are scoring goals.
Yeah.
So there's something in there.
They're even switching wings like what we saw yesterday. We didn't see that. Is that because you got that focal point of view? Because you can't just leave him one-on-one, can you? You can't. Your two centre halves have to deal with him.
And the thing with Saka now is he can go on the left and put a cross in, which will maybe help your. I thought that was very interesting why when he went out there, and so it looked to me like we'll get it wide and we can put in a cross straight, instead of cutting inside and putting. So there was something in there. So that is what I liked. But there's nothing better for a midfield player than if you're pinging a ball into the centre forward, like he's the wall, like, you know what I mean, and you've then got the confidence knowing when you hit that pass, you can make the run because you know it's going to stick. If you've not got that confidence, you think, oh, do I run? Do I make that run? Because you're going to lose it. If he loses it, I've got to get back. No, I'm making that run because it's going to stick. You know that if you look at that goal against the one that hits the post with Trossard, the players are moving. Saka's moving because he knows that he's going to stick. And he's going to get it back. So it also gives the forward players. I think at the end of the day, this is where I do believe that someone like Odegaard's going to get a lot more out of it now because he can just look at it and go, I can knock it into a little wall pass, knock it, get it back, put it in, get in Martinelli, knock it into him, get in a Saka, and then goals will come, like, you know what I mean. So I think that, listen, if he scored 5 goals, people will be going, oh, he should have scored 6. You know what I mean? Like, I do think that, like, you know what I mean? Like, but listen, that's what happens when you're playing at a big club, and he has got a bit of pressure on him.
Yeah, of course.
He has got a bit of pressure on him.
We do need to see more goals.
And listen, I said it yesterday, and I'll be honest, right? I love Martinelli, right? I'm a massive, you know what I mean? Like, massive fan. But I wanted Gyokeres to score that goal instead of him, like yesterday. Like, I wanted it to go in off the post, you know what I mean? Because it's more for him, like, you know what I mean? Martinelli will get his goals, you know what I mean? Like,